Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we have a really cool knife sent to us from Casey over at Tempest Knives. This is a prototype of the Pinion. Sleek. I like the clean lines, the contrast, little details that we'll look at in a second here. Oof. And for a budget knife, it's pretty good. Got that really long opening, so you can pretty much use whatever you're looking for. Liner lock. Of course, this one's centered up. We're good to go. Now, one of the cool things, we'll have to wait to talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is the Tempest Knives Pinion. Really, really cool. I like the real subtle branding, right? Minimalist on the branding. So you got the Tempest Knives logo there. This side, just nice and clean. Little bit of information there on this one. Now, the blade steel on these is going to be the 14C28N. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what do you guys think? I like the cool look. Now, being a 940 fan, I love me this modified, well, sheep's foot, you could say. Now, he calls it a drop sheep blade. I kind of like that name. It's pretty cool. I like the stone wash to it, as you can see. Pretty awesome. But I like this design. You know, and you guys know me. I'm not much of a, middle finger flipper guy. But it works. Now, you can roll it out with your thumb. Now, this is a liner lock. But it doesn't chew up my fingernails at all to get in there. So the milling's nice. It's nice and, I guess you want to say polished on the edge a little bit. But it's sanded just enough so you're not getting a sharp edge or anything where you're going to cut your fingernail up or something like that. And overall, the action, pretty darn smooth. Now you can see this one being a liner lock. Now you can see the liners inside. Now they come down through the knife. You can see a little bit of milling there, right? That's going to give you a little weight reduction. Gotta love some weight reduction. We all need weight reduction in our lives. Well, most of us. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about specs. Overall on this one, you're looking at 7.75 inches in length. You have a blade length of 3.4 inches. And your blade steel, like we talked about, is the 14C28N. Your blade thickness, you got a good stock on this one. I like the design out there at the front. One of my, favorite shapes. You guys know that for the blade steel out there. But thickness, 0.12 of an inch. So pretty good blade stock. Now the handle on this one's the black G10. It also is available in a blue G10, kind of a lighter blue-gray. And then you have a black micarta. Now I'll show you this. We'll close the blade for safety. But this G10 is nice. No real, heavy texture or anything. Got a little bit of a cutout right here so you can get your thumb in there if need be. Pretty good. I like that. Now on the back side, the clip side, you can see it's got the milled out areas for that pocket clip. Now, one thing to note, this screw will sit much lower on the production model. That's one of the things that we'll talk about in the change notes. But the really cool thing I want to show you, this wire pocket clip, I should say, will be moved over and centered a little bit, which is great. But your favorite Lynch Northwest pocket clips, like this one on the Para 3 Lightweight, that wire clip will fit on these. That is awesome. So that opens it up. You can customize it. You can put some of your most favorite Lynch Northwest clips on there. I'll put a link in the description to tempestknives.com and the Lynch Northwest so you can check out those wire clip options. Now, overall, your handle length on this one, 4.5 inches of handle. So large glove size hand, plenty of room. I like that little bit of a ramp. You don't need any jimping. You're solid. You're locked in there. It's good to go. Overall, the width on this one, 0.48 of an inch. So pretty good. We'll do some size comparisons in a minute. Some of our favorite knives. You got that G10 backspacer. Looking good on there. And do you have you can slip it over to the other side. So you can take this screw out, you can flip that pocket clip. So lefties, you're in luck. We got lefty love on this one. I like it. Now some of the little things that Casey did over there, you know, you have some of the pivot details, right? It's not flat, it's not plain, a little bit of milling on those. I like how he put that into the design. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Now all the hardware on this, the hardware will all be a T8, a hex T8 for your hardware. Keeping it all the same. Like I said, the pocket clip screw one, this will be moved over a little bit and centered, and it's just going to be a little bit lower, so it's not going to snag at all on any of your clothing when you put it in there. I honestly, I really like this. For one that doesn't have a, you know, a big thumb hole, one that doesn't have a thumb stud or a flipper, I kind of dig it. It's riding on 5mm 1/16 bearings. We talked about the screws being T8. The screws and the pivot cap are all titanium. All the pocket clips on all three models will come in the silver color. So if you want to get, you know, a black one or blue or whatever, and you want to flip that over, maybe you're not a wire clip fan, Lynch Northwest has you covered for sure. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, this is being made for Tempest knives by Kubi. And so if you're familiar with Kubi knives, made over in China, and they did a pretty good one on this one. So shout out to Casey, putting some work in with them to get those details right. I've already placed my order. They had a pre-order open. So go down, check the link, go check it out. He did a bundle, so if you like different styles, you can kind of save a few bucks on them, so that's pretty cool. And the weight on this one is pretty reasonable. You know, for G10, having that big blade, you know, 3.7 ounces. So that's pretty cool. They also offer a warranty for all their manufacturing stuff. So if you have any defects like that, they'll take care of it, dial it in, make it right. Now, you know, if you go out and throw this down the road or tow it behind your truck or something, that's on you. But for $74.99, I like this one. Good budget knife, under $100. Very fidget friendly, you know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not usually liner lock. I'm not usually a guy that likes to, you know, Spidey flick a knife open or something, but it's just really easy, really comfortable. I like that. Now, we talked about doing a comparison. So let's compare it to a couple knives that we know. And we already saw the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight. So we'll take a look at that one. Of course, that wire clip option, you know me. Got to have the blue, but you can see in there that wire clip. It'll fit perfectly on this Tempest Knives Pinion. So that's next to the Spyderco Para 3, or I should say below it, so you can see the size difference. And of course, can't go wrong with another one of my favorite Spidey hole knives. This is the Benchmade full-size Griptilian in G10. So you can see overall blade, you're getting pretty comparable in the blade, and just a little bit less of the handle. But then thickness, you know, that Griptilian is going to be a little bit thicker. So I like how, you know, he kind of made the size thick enough so it fills up the hand, doesn't feel as thin. So I dig that. And of course, we have to do a comparison with the Benchmade 940. I gotta say, I love the blade shape. You know where I'm getting the love on that. But you get a little taller blade here. I dig it. A little bit longer of a handle. You know, the 940 cuts up a little bit. And then here's your thickness comparison on the two. Pretty close. Maybe a smidge thicker on the Tempest Knives Pinion. But let me know down below. You know, you guys have probably seen this. Hopefully you guys are, you know, going to be getting your knives pre-ordered just like me. That'll be awesome. But I really appreciate the opportunity to check this one out. You know, Casey from Tempest Knives got a hold of me and said, hey, you know, have one of these prototypes going around. Love for you to check it out. I think it works. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Did you order one? Have you got one? Or is it on your list? Or maybe it's not for you, but at least get it in hand. Check it out. All right, you guys, make sure to do something kind for someone. Have an awesome rest of your day, but most importantly, you take care.